I am saving that for when the group's back together and to continue the main story. But I will be recording this. Just I don't know. Maybe I'll pull stuff from. But if not, I don't know. We'll see. But right. So we left off with all of you guys basically going to sleep in this seeker camp, which is sort of the unofficial term for this little base of operations and this little community. And we find ourselves in the... Yeah, you can go ahead and throw yourselves on there if you want. We find ourselves in the middle of a very still night. Can I have all three of you roll a perception check for me, please? I'm going to roll some dice as well. Okay. So, with those checks, sometime in the middle of the night, you don't know when, you are all woken up by a sound of what it sounds like nails scratching on wood. And actually, let me just go ahead and roll some more dice. Okay. Actually, Ganondorf, it sounds coming from like outside your door. All of you are in your own rooms. The doors are currently closed. The rooms are pretty... Let me just, actually, I can just show you this little quick map I just threw together. So, Ganondorf, you are in the middle, and I will go ahead and stick you there. And then Wheelie and Galadriel, you can take your favorite pick from the top or the bottom. But all three of you are woken up in the middle of the night. There is a calm wind blowing from the outsides, and you can sort of hear the whistles trickle through your windows. But yeah, all three of you are woken up by this scratching sound. And Ganondorf, you hear it coming from outside of your door. What do you do?
I would just like to stand up and basically ready myself, make sure I was guessing I was sleeping, right? So make sure I have all my weapons and everything. Just brace myself for whatever's behind the door.
Okay. Wheelie, Galadriel, are either of you doing anything?
Do I know what it is since I rolled for...
You can't see it. So I don't... You know it's a thing.
Can I peek outside the window to see what it is?
You absolutely may. How are you peeking outside? So it's not outside the window, it's outside of the door. It sounds like something from inside the building.
I was inside the building.
Yes.
I guess, like, is there, like, a keyhole I could peek my eye into and then just look at it?
Yeah, sure. You look through the keyhole, and sort of, like, in the area in front of you, you don't see anything, but you can hear it now. It's coming from your left. It's just a really, really, like, somebody scratching wood sound. I'm scratching my table, but I don't think I'm making the noise loud enough for you guys to hear, but that's what it sounds like.
So I will open my door and just kind of peek out the hallway.
Okay. I'm assuming both of you are doing this stealthily, so I need both of you to go ahead and roll stealth checks. $27. Okay. Both of you open the door. The hallway is pitch black. Both of you can see. But all the lights have been snuffed out. Wheelie, you turn towards your left, and Galadriel to your right, and you see something strange, terrifying, not sure how to put it. It's walking on what looks like 4 sets of hands, and it's almost as if it looks like it's missing a head. It looks like its head was severed, or whatever it is. It's a very strange looking creature. It's got 2 large, sort of pseudo-eye looking bulges on its back, and it's just sort of pawing at Ganondorf's door.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in my room and try to like grab something that's like that makes noise. I don't know what I grab, but and then I'm gonna...
you tell me what you grab.
Let me see what I got.
Do we know where Odin or like Aisha went?
They retired for the night. You don't know. I mean, they're somewhere in the building, but you can just tell me that, like, if you want to go get them. I think logistically, you would probably know where Aisha is. You have no idea where Odin is.
I'm gonna get Aisha.
Okay, so you're just gonna leave. Okay.
Yeah, just get help.
Yeah. I'll use that same stealth check. Galadriel, what did you get from your room? And it doesn't have to be in your inventory. It's just whatever you would reasonably find in a room.
Okay, so trying to think what's in a room. I'm just gonna like grab the alarm clock and like toss it down that way and see if I can like scare it away.
Okay, no, I like this a lot. Go ahead and make another stealth check as you toss this alarm clock. 15. Okay, you chuck this alarm clock and you hear it clatter against the ground and it goes off, and almost immediately this creature swings around and lunges at it and just sort of like lands on the alarm clock and crushes it. And it's just sort of slamming itself onto the ground where the alarm clock landed, and it continues to do this until the alarm stops ringing. Now that it's sort of away from the wall, you get a better look at it. So it's got this sort of weird, sort of leathery green exterior. All 4 of its limbs are very muscular, and it's got this kind of like a alligator tail. And, you know, on top of its shoulders, it has these large, rounded, just bulges, and it looks like there's sort of slits, almost as if they're eyelids shutting. And where you think a head should be, it's just a hard stop. And you can actually see on the image, it's got like exposed muscle and bone just sort of hanging out. Ganondorf, you hear this alarm clock go off, and you hear a horrific crash outside as something just smashes the wooden ground, wood splinters and cracks. What do you do?
Does the door swing open? Like, does it open outwards or inwards towards the room?
I think it can do either way. It's one of those doors.
Okay. I guess then I'll open the door. I guess I'm gonna push outwards on the door, and I have a bag of ball bearings, and there is 1,000 in a bag. I would like to just kind of throw them all into this hallway.
Okay, I like this. Go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage as this creature is occupied with this alarm clock. Okay, with a 19, you throw these ball bearings as they sort of just scatter and spread across the grounds. And this creature turns just towards this direction of the noise. Let's see. Let's make a dexterity check for this lad.
Do you want the definition of this?
Yeah, is there a check?
Yeah, so it says spill these tiny metal balls from your pouch to cover a level square area that is 10 feet on a side. So I'm guessing like this area where he's at.
Sure.
And a creature moving across a covered area must succeed on a DC 10 Dex saving throw or fall prone.
Okay.
A creature moving through the area is at half speed.
Unfortunately, it does succeed on the dexterity saving throw as it rolled a 20, and it just sort of attacks these ball bearings, and they go flying in all directions and sort of hit against the wall. One of them stubs your toe, and it kind of stings a little bit. Are you exposed, is what I want to know, or did you duck behind a wall as soon as you release these bearings?
So I was holding the door open when I did it. So
Gotcha.
You just depending how fast I can get back behind the door or pull it shut. But it swings both ways, so this door is kind of useless. I guess I'd like to see what it does, see what it's doing.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if it's just by sound how it's detecting stuff,
right?
Or if it can see anything or what.
Yeah, no, I think that totally tracks, and I think you'll see the same thing that Galadriel does. It doesn't make noises other than the noises of its body hitting the ground. And as far as you can tell, it doesn't have eyes, so it's probably using sound to sense things. Jarius, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. So you run to get Aisha. You are in front of her door. Let's say you're a distance far away enough where you're sure that this monster won't, detect it. You're in front of Aisha's room. What do you do?
I knock it.
Okay. You knock on the door, and there's a very tired sounding, can
you get, your pet dog thing to leave us alone?
Aisha opens the door. She is dressed in some cute purple jammies, and she's rubbing her eyes. Her hair is all tousled, and undone. And she's like, "What?
Can you get your headless green puppy pet thing to leave us alone? We're trying to sleep."
What are you talking about?
I'm just gonna lead her to the thing.
Okay, how do you lead her? Do you tell her to follow you? You grab her by the hand?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you lead her to that's a big Aisha. Oh wait, no, come back. Okay, there you go. Okay, you grab her and you lead her here. And you stop. Go ahead and make another stealth check, actually. Or are you just running back without a care for the world? Okay, so you're stealthing. I guess she'll roll one as well. Would she be stealthy? Probably. Let's see. I mean, even if she was. Okay, Galadriel, you see Wheelie and Aisha come running back. Wheelie's dragging her along by the hands, and you see she's, just kind of very sleepy and very tired looking. And it takes her a moment to recognize what's going on in front of her. And you, Wheelie, so you're just, what are you doing? You're just hiding or something? I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm just telling Aisha, hey, can you get that thing to leave us alone? We're trying to sleep.
You drag her, and she goes into fight or flight mode. She's instantly awakened, and she sort of just backs up and hits a vase that comes toppling down from a nearby table. And you were out of sight, but she turns to you and you look at her, and this monster charges straight for her. Let's go ahead and roll some initiative. Looking back, I probably should have made a character sheet for Aisha, but that'll be alright. I'll just have her... Can I add turn, please? Please? Can I add turn? Thank you. Okay.
He rolls.
Let's give
That's
her
his
a
character sheet is
+1
meat
dex.
monster.
All right. So Galadriel, this meat monster leaps from its current position, and you see its hind hands dig into the ground as wood shatters and splinters upwards and dive straight for Aisha. What are you doing?
I'm going to come out into the hallway and put Hunter's Mark on it
Okay.
and use my oath bow and shoot it.
Please do.
Oh,
Yeah, a 12 is not going to do it. But here's what does happen. You shoot your oath bow, and it sort of pierces the ground right in front of this monster, who immediately changes course and just dives for the location of the arrow. And it just, like, lands on this sunken arrow and snaps it in half. Okay. Go ahead and make your second attack.
okay.
I forgot that's a thing that you can do. That second one does hit. As this monster is distracted, your arrow sort of jams in between its tail and hind leg. Right, so that is 21 damage. And it recoils in pain, but it does not make noise, as it can't. You want to get Yoshi in here as well?
Yeah, let's bring Yoshi out.
Let's get Yoshi in here. All right. Oh, he should be at full health. There you are, little guy. All right. What does Yoshi do?
Yoshi's going to... Hold on. What do you mean alt double click? Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to get his character sheet up.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, so Yoshi is going to charge at this and maul
Okay.
it.
Excellent. "22, yeah. Yoshi lets out a little and just runs straight for this creature. And jumps up and with its two sharp kicker claws, rears into it. Yes. So that is a total of 22 damage. Plus Hunter Mark, so that's 25.
Yes.
Okay. I set its health to -25. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. So first you did... and then your attack that hit did 21. Okay, there we are. Okay. Next up is Aisha, who is going to attempt to stealth, which she succeeds. And she just sort of like dives behind you, to you, Wheelie, and she says, "What the hell is that?"
That's a pet, right?
No. If I had known this was gonna happen, I would have brought myself. Hold on. And she's gonna run back, and she says, "I need to get my gear. Don't do anything stupid." And she runs back to her room.
Hold my beer.
Wheelie, it is your turn.
Am I stealth, or is it just
Yes,
like...
you are
Okay.
stealth.
I was gonna take all my 40 movement. Alright, I'm gonna go up to it, and I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. With advantage. Double advantage because you're flanking it. I don't know how much advantage. You get a lot of advantage. Yes, that absolutely hits. For 25. 25. Yeah. You run up to it and you raise your hour hand and sort of jam it into the space in between its eyes, or what you think are its eyes. And it just sort of struggles, against its 2 assailants. And you see like some, for lack of a better word, juices leak out of its neck and sort of drip onto the floor. It's this weird, slimy, pink, kind of clear fluid.
Okay. What are my other bonus actions?
Well, you can
Just get dash.
So you can also make an attack with the second dagger if you want to dual wield, if that's your thing.
I think yeah, sure. I'll attack again.
Okay. You do not get sneak attack, but go ahead and make a second attack with advantage. You can't use the hour hand, but I think that's fine.
It was meant to be a dagger.
Yeah, your dagger's +1, right?
Well, no, it's just a regular dagger, but so is the hour hand.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, yeah. You quickly turl out a second dagger and jam it into the same space. All right. And that's going to be the end of your turn. Ganondorf. You see your rogue friend, who I guess canonically really actually sleeps in all his gear. I think that was established really early on. He's very ready for this, and you saw him jump up into the air and jam 2 daggers into the back of this creature. What are you doing?
I am going to run up to it, and I'm going to hit it with my Sword of Sharpness.
Okay.
No, we went to sleep since we were last playing, right?
You've had a long rest. Don't worry about that.
All right, then I guess I need to go in rage first.
Okay.
Go in rage and then use my Sword of Sharpness.
Sounds good. And just to clarify, when you say go in rage, you mean recklessly attack, right?
And toggle my rage on for the +2.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
You are recklessly attacking. Okay, go ahead and roll one more time. All right, no crit. But you do 16 damage as you cleave into this creature. And your second attack, please.
There's both of them.
Oh yeah, that works too. Yeah, okay, 8. Yeah, excellent work. 2 quick slashes across the torso, and you carve into it, and there's no organs. It's just sort of like a single piece of flesh, kind of. It's really weird. But you cut into where you think its stomach would be, and it's not like a cavity. It's just like solid meat, pretty much. Okay. Next up is the creature, who is... Man, even with just 3 people, you guys are quite strong. I guess it's just gonna hit you, Wheelie.
Okay.
For 8 bludgeoning. Yeah, so it sort of reaches out with its 2 front hands and just grabs onto you and squeezes hard. And you are grappled. That's it for the creature's turn.
Then I'm gonna use Uncanny Dodge to have it.
Okay, you take 4 bludgeoning damage. Okay, Galadriel, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing and use my oath bow and shoot at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll both attacks. Jeez.
Do I need to re-roll Hunter's Mark, or are you just taking the last one?
Don't even worry about that, because that's like 43 damage, which just frickin' okay. Yeah, I want to say you knocked 2 arrows, actually, and you send them both flying, and they completely pierce through this upright creature. They shoot they shoot right under your legs, Wheelie, coming a little uncomfortably close as they land with twangs in walls on the opposite end of this corridor. And this creature falls to the ground, still with you in its hands, Wheelie, and you are sort of just smothered by juices. But that was a very quick fight. Congratulations. Around this moment, Aisha comes running back, and she's decked out now. She's got on some armor kind of sloppily thrown together. She's got a pretty nasty looking crossbow just cocked in one hand. And she's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm back. Okay. What are y'all doing?" Aisha walks up. Wheelie, you were sort of underneath, and she's like, "Do you need help?" Alright. You can still talk, probably. I don't think you're that squished. She rolled a 1. Yeah, she squats down and tries to, just flip it over. That's not that good. Oh, Wheelie, okay, yeah. Yeah, not too good. But Wheelie,
That helped too.
Wheelie, you sort of just, flail your limbs upwards, and this thing flips over and lands with a thunk on the ground. Yeah, so you all are getting sort of a better look at this creature now. It has a myriad of wounds, and Galadriel, you can see the 2 holes that you made when you shot through it. Similar to what Ganondorf saw, there's no internal organs, there's no entrails, it's just meat.
What is this, you guys? Where did this thing come from?
I don't know what this is. I don't even know how it got here. And I want to say, you guys see Ozin just lumbering in through the north corridor. She's also rubbing her eyes. But she's wearing her usual stuff, that same sort of black suit. She does look a little disheveled. And she just sort of, "You were making an awful lot of noise at this time of night."
They were just attacked by a monster.
Is this your pet? But evil?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess that would be my fault.
What do you mean your fault? Did you, leave a door open or something?
Not exactly. I was up late doing some experiments. It might just be better if I show you. And she just sort of turns around, doesn't even gesture for you to follow her. But you guys just follow her as you go down this hallway, and she leads you to what you think is maybe her room or something. There's a very large bed, although it doesn't look like it was slept in. There's a table with a bunch of sprawled out notes, and there's actually a little bit of drool on the notes. Maybe she fell asleep on there. But inside this room, there is a huge, solid white cube. It's completely, it stands out from everything else around it, because you're in sort of this natural hollowed out tree atrium, right? And there's just this very manufactured looking cube of white. And she walks over to it, and as she gets closer, the cube sort of shatters and expands, and it reveals this sort of crystalline red interior. And it's sort of all the pieces are just expanded, and it's sort of like a little sort of cup where things could be placed. That's this sort of red, fleshy color, and a soft light beats and spreads throughout this red crystalline substance from this cube. And Odin sleepily tells you, I found this artifact some decades ago. We called it the curse repelling box, which is a misnomer because it doesn't shield you from the curse at all. Instead, what it seems to do is take things that used to be alive and bring them back. I was bored last night, and I put some of my dinner meat in there just to see what would happen. And judging by the trail of juices leading out the door, seems like you found it. Can I have all three of you make more perception checks? Okay. Only Ganondorf notices with his 11. There are more than one trails.
Oh, so there's more dinner meat running around?
Probably.
Should we go take care of this other one?
Hey, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe this will be your chance to show that you have what it takes to go down the abyss.
I would hate to lose against just food.
Yeah, I'll follow after the trail.
Well, make sure you don't die. Aisha, can you clean this up? So Galadriel, you are a ranger, so you have, I guess, advantage on tracking things. So why don't all three of you make, I believe this is a survival check. Galadriel, you have advantage. Survival, not stealth, but that's not a big deal. I will say you rolled a 20. Oh, and if you need incentive, it seems that those things might have taken some of my stuff. You can keep whatever you find. So with a survival check of 16, you follow this trail outside of this combine, and you actually are led all the way back to the upper floors of the second layer, so you walk up these stairs, like, all the way. And it's... right now, it's, like, 4 a.m., so it's pretty early. All of the fauna that you saw earlier it's very quiet night. There's a cool breeze and a nice starry night. You hear some buzzing of insects as you traverse through this forest once again. And you are eventually led by Galadriel to an sort of large hole in the ground. You're in an area with some pretty dense shrubbery. It's not a path that was marked by any means. Oh, okay. That's not a problem, but you can catch up. But you all are led by Galadriel to this large hole in the secluded area of the second layer. It looks to be like maybe a 30-foot drop, but based on your experience, it's going to be enough for you to experience the effects of the curse. There is a singular ladder that just leads down. It looks very old. What are y'all doing?
I can still float down, right?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, I'd like to float down first, just in case we have bad rolls and need to catch somebody, or I knock myself out and I just float down to the ground.
Sounds good.
I want to experiment on something. I'm gonna put a portal up on the upper floor and a portal in the bottom of the hole.
Okay, here's what happens. You shoot the portal and it instantly dissipates, and you recall what that old Delver told you, but transportation magic does not work in the Abyss. Ganondorf, go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You descend without any issues. You do feel uncomfortable. Your head's a little bit dizzy. Just to set the scene, because it looks like Dynasty's back? Or is she in the phone call right now?
On the phone call.
Gotcha. Okay.
What do I land on? What is like... Oh.
Yeah, let me show you. You land in a narrow space. It is a cave system. You can hear the running of water from some distant area. And it looks relatively empty, but why don't you go ahead and make a perception check? The 15. Okay, with the 15, some of the gravel has been disturbed recently. Some large creatures have been here. Wheelie, what are you doing? Ganondorf just sort of flew on down and is fine.
I'll follow.
Okay, how do you follow?
I'll just climb down.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yes. As you get down midway this ladder, it crumbles and starts to fall apart. But you really quickly leap to the side and grab onto the edges of this cave and climb the rest of the way down as this ladder just sort of shatters beneath you. And you make it down fine. You also feel a little bit nauseous, but no real lasting effects. And that leaves us with Galadriel.
She has that 50-foot climbing rope.
Yes, she does.
Soon. Use your climbing rope to get down. Yes, use your climbing rope to get down.
So go ahead and have her make an athletics check with advantage and also roll a Constitution saving throw. Okay. That is all successful. She's a little slow getting down there. She actually misses... she tied those little knots as footholds and handholds, but she missed one, and it was kind of a little sketchy. But she made it down there fine. So all three of you have descended to the floor of this cave. What is your next plan?
You follow.
Would it
Yeah.
be in like pitch black down here for everyone else, or we all have dark vision, right?
You all have dark vision, so you can all see, but it is not lit. None of this is lit.
So that means I can see fine still, though, right? Because I have
Yes.
whatever.
You all can still see. It's just you just know it's like colors look muted, if anything. But
yeah, I just like to start walking on the path and try to follow.
Yeah, definitely.
Where it goes.
As you guys follow through this initial narrow corridor, you reach the end of it and you hear those cries of help again that you heard earlier. Sort of weird, garbled, unhuman, like, help me, Wait, do I have a voice changer for this? I might have. What about this one?
Help me. Help me.
So we all know that there's probably a corpse weaver ahead.
You guys peek around the corner, and there's just two of them that are sort of just chilling. You notice that on the way here was pretty windy outside, so they may just be sheltering from the heavy winds, waiting for it to blow over before they get better flying conditions. But they're just sort of chilling at the bottom. They're just chilling here. The little weird like proboscis, just their weird tongue things, just sort of occasionally dashing in and out of their mouths like snakes.
Are they aware of us?
Go ahead and make some stealth checks to find out.
Okay.
Are you wearing heavy armor?
No.
Okay. With a 15.
Half plate, but with half plate, you have disadvantage on stealth rolls.
Oh. Well, then they definitely notice you. 100%.
Okay.
And they're sort of, they're all three of their eyes turned towards you. And they're not really making a move, but they are just eyeing you cautiously. Actually, I think when they notice you, one of the one that was closer sort of backs up and spreads its wings to appear more threatening.
Well, since we're all a safe distance away, Willie, what do you think about tossing a fireball at him?
I just pull up a flask of oil and just nod.
Oh my gosh!
I
I hope nobody from PETA's watching this.
I will dunk a fireball on these.
First I'm gonna throw my flask of oil onto on the one that Ganondorf just pointed. So
it can be coordinated. I'm cool with this. All right, Wheelie, I need you to make a ranged attack weapon. It's ranged attack weapon.
with advantage because I'm stealth.
Yeah, I guess this is yeah. Okay, yeah, you just sort of. How big is this flask of oil?
I don't think it's big. Maybe it's like a bottle, a plastic bottle or something.
Okay, I mean with a 25, I'll let you decide. Does it completely cover one, or does it like partially cover both?
I guess it completely covers the one that's just trying to threaten us. So.
Okay, yeah. And at the same time, Ganondorf, you cast your fireball. Well, actually, is that gonna work? Because you don't get a surprise round. Here's what we'll do. Wheelie and Galadriel are going to get surprise rounds. I'll keep your initiatives from earlier, just so unless you want to reroll. I guess we can reroll. It's so quick, but if you guys like your rolls, you can keep it.
I'm good with our rolls. There's only 3 of us.
Okay. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to do a surprise round, and so I guess Galadriel gets to go a surprise round. If you want to roll for her, you totally can. By the way, I did some searching online about stuff like Hex and Hunter's Mark, and so they're concentration spells, right? So technically, you can basically hold that concentration in between combats, if that makes any sense. So she wouldn't have to expend another level 1 spell slot to recast Hunter's Mark because her previous target is dead and it hasn't been an hour yet, if that makes any sense.
Yes, I understand that. I'll explain that.
It would be the same. It would be the same thing for your Hex as well.
Yeah. I didn't realize that's how that worked. That makes sense now that you explain it, though.
Right, yeah, but because her last target is dead, and as long as she maintains concentration, she can pass it on before the spell expires. So it's been like half an hour it took for you guys to get here. So we'll say that she cast Hunter's Mark on one of them. So since you're rolling for her, why don't you just Which one are you casting Hunter's Mark on? The one that was looking big and threatening is covered in oil, which is the
okay,
that one. Okay. Let's do that. Let's make oil, I don't know, red. Okay. And go ahead and whatever you think Galadriel would do. Okay, I think she'd have to move to get line of sight of both. Because you can see there's a sort of this like weird jut in the wall, right? I think that would sort of hit the wall. You see that, right? Okay. I did buff the Corpse Weepers because they were very underwhelming when you fought them the first time. Yeah. I mean, they have like close to 100 health, but with the damage you guys are doing, it's insane. Okay, both of those hit. And Hunter's Mark hits twice, which I forgot last time. So that's going to be 22, 21 for 43 total damage. That's a lot of damage that Galadriel can do in one turn.
Yeah.
No, don't be sorry. That's a lot of damage. You shoot these arrows, and this is a big target, so it's very easy to hit. But you just sort of hit like the torso, and it lets out a garbled scream that sounds like a weird mishmash of many different voices. It is now still your turn if you want to move, or you can have Yoshi take his turn.
Okay, so I will stay here, and then I think I'm just gonna keep Yoshi right now, right next to me, until I get closer. If they
growls, he growls threateningly at these corpse weepers. Okay. And Wheelie, it is, I guess your surprise round was you throwing that flask of oil.
Yes,
that was your surprise round.
action.
Yeah. If you want to move, you can.
I can stealth, right?
Yes, you can, for your bonus action with your cunning action. Okay, you are stealth. You dive in between a cluster of stalagmites.
I'm gonna be 50 feet here, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Now, with the surprise rounds over, it is now the Corpse Weeper's turn. And it's just going to sort of run in your directions. Now, can it reach any of you? Not really, and it can't really fly in these caverns, so it's just going to run 30 feet. And just kind of hang around. Alright, Galadriel, it is your turn. You just saw the non-oiled, non-attacked Corpse Weeper run up and sort of scream at the three of you menacingly.
Okay. I'm going to shoot that one.
Okay. Jeez. I mean, the other thing is that, like, Galadriel has very consistently rolled high, even with that -1. Yeah, and that -5 on top of all that. Yeah, dang. Yeah, okay. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to sum up these numbers. 21 plus 18 is 39. As you let loose 2 arrows into the second Corpse Weaver, just as it roars out you, and it sort of like rips off one of its lips. Kind of gruesome. And it stumbles backwards. and looks very angry. What will Yoshi do?
Yoshi is going to charge attack him.
Okay.
Add your 1d6.
That unfortunately does not hit. And Yoshi runs towards this creature and swings out with one of its claws. But the creature sort of blows Yoshi back with a gust of wind. All right. Wheelie, it is your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack the one that's like hanging around the door.
Okay.
So that's 5 feet. I'm gonna stab it. Oh wait, where's
You
my
get sneak attack. Yeah, you do get sneak attack.
I'll just roll 5d6 then.
That works. Yep. $26 damage. As you slash across his exposed torso now, as it was recoiling from those shots from Galadriel. Okay. Do you want to reposition, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna move 5 feet back in stealth.
Okay. $31. You know, strangely enough, that doesn't work. I'm kidding. It absolutely does work. Ganondorf, it is your turn.
Was better through hands.
I'm going to drop a fireball on that one in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably can hit both two at... Yeah, okay. Let's do this, I guess. That's a lot of damage. I am going to make the oiled one have disadvantage, and it's also going to take some more damage because it's covered in oil. And the other one is going to fail miserably. Okay, that's fine. You toss this fireball, and all three of you, as a extreme gust of wind, like shoots in your direction as this fireball expands outwards in this cavern. That pile of skeleton bones on the wall is just sort of does that Skyrim thing where all of the objects bounce around everywhere because you just caused a huge explosion in a small area. And both of these corpse weavers are going to take 30 damage. The one that is oil slick is going to take an extra 15 and is lit on fire.
I think I did good. Yeah, I'm gonna stand here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not moving.
Alright, I'm gonna roll some fire damage. Okay, the one is currently on fire and takes 3 damage. And just can it even with its dying attempt, actually it can't even reach. I mean, it can reach. No, it can't reach any of you. This is so sad. But honestly, in the state that it's in, it just kind of limps like away from all of you. It doesn't move at very much at all. It's on death's door. The other one similarly does not look too good, as your fire sort of like completely burned off the its fur and feathers on one of its wings that was facing the explosion. And it's just gonna make like a last-ditch attempt to try and do something to Ganondorf, because that's the only one it can really see.
Uh, 19, 20.
Okay. And you're not in rage.
No, I'm not.
Okay. You're going to be taking full damage, sir. It runs up to you, and its 2 remaining lips open up outside, and you see these rows of sharp teeth as they sort of latch down onto your shoulder and bite hard. And then with its non-burn talent, it swipes upwards and grabs onto you and cuts into your torso. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, that fails, and you are grappled, and you are sort of held aloft by this dying creature. Galadriel, it is your turn. You saw that Ganondorf was just bitten and picked up and is now being held in the air by this clawed creature.
I'm gonna shoot it in its throat with my bow.
Okay. That shot does it. You let loose one quick shot. I'll let that second one, we'll say that if you want to attack the other one. But your first one, you just shoot straight up as it goes through its throat. And you hear it hit solid wall on the other side. And this creature drops you, Ganondorf, and just falls dead. Okay, do you want to move and take a shot at the second one?
Yeah, I'd like to move up, let's see. Just a little bit. Next to Steely.
Okay. And with that second attack, you let loose a second arrow, as it it hits it right in its eye, and you see it topple over backwards from the momentum, and lay unmoving on the ground of this cave. I don't feel like playing the victory music again because I feel it's going to get pretty obnoxious really quickly. But that is the end of this encounter as well. So yeah, there's still some like residual flames just sort of lingering about on some like random roots and stuff in this cavern. But as you walk into it proper, you see a couple of things. So ahead of you, there is just a free hallway. And to the left and to the south, there's like this large rock, collapsed rocks. It looks like there used to be an entrance, and you can actually see through small holes to the other side. But this like basically cave collapse blocks your progress in that direction. There's also, of course, just a bunch of skeleton bones that have just kind of been thrown about everywhere due to the explosion. Yeah, and let's make some more perception checks when you're in this little area.
Which way do you guys want to go? The open path or the concealed path?
Wheelie, you've consistently been rolling kind of low, except the first one. The first one was good. But so Ganondorf and Galadriel, you hear like loud insect buzzing from the left path. Like really, really loud. And Ganon, I'll just whisper to you because what's the word I'm looking for? There we go. Okay.
Which way do you guys want to go? Do you want to go towards the big buzzing noise? Or do you guys want to go north?
What buzzing noise?
Yeah, that's a good point. Wheelie doesn't hear anything.
Right. So it sounds like there's a bunch of mosquitoes on the southwest of us.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it sounds like some quieter buzzing noise from the north of us.
Does the slime go both ways from the thing that we're chasing?
The slime goes towards the blocked area, but it's the trail's starting to dry out around this point.
Well, should we go to the block through the block area to try to keep up on the trail of the thing that we're chasing, or do we want to go the other way?
How loudly are you guys speaking right now? Just out of curiosity, like normal speaking
Normal
volumes.
speaking
Yeah.
volume.
Normal.
I don't think any of us are explicitly whispering.
You hear something echo from the north, and it sounds like a very garbled. It's a person's voice, a man's voice, and it's very quiet. But you can hear it, and it just sort of sounds like, "Is anyone there?"
Did you guys hear that?
You all heard this.
Probably another corpse weeper.
Yeah.
Go find out. Sounds like someone needs help.
Alright, I'll walk forward. And I guess, is there like a doorway here, or what is there?
It's me keeping things covered because I don't want stuff to be revealed, but I'm gonna do that now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing manual fog of war because the
Gotcha.
other one's laggy. Okay, so Ganondorf, you walk forward, and there's sort of like a bunch of offshoots, and actually you're looking around and it looks like empty ore veins. Thinking back to sort of that whole thing with the star metal, but you're just sort of looking around for the source of this noise, and you stumble upon some carpeting. And you follow this carpeting to this small area where you see a man dressed in it's not Jesus. You see a man with he looks actually really, really bad. If you know what leprosy looks like think of that. His flesh is just like decomposing on him. The other thing, are you guys following?
Yeah.
Yes.
It smells really bad, like really, really bad. And Galadriel, he is wearing the uniform of the Fire Nation. I don't think you ever named what your sort of oppressive force is, but he's wearing the uniform that somebody from Prince Zuko's retinue would be wearing. But he's alive, but you look into he doesn't have eyes. Like, his eyes are just hollow sockets, and they're disgusting. They're like all dried out. He's got and you look like around his neck region, and it's just like, it's like bulging and moving. It's like there's like almost worms or something inside of him. And the buzzing sound is coming from his direction. But he's just sort of like moving his head around because he can't see, right? Because he doesn't have eyes. And he's like, is anyone there? Hello?
Oh, I'm gonna walk up to him
Okay.
and say, give me your hand, sir. And I'm gonna cast. I think I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What's running through Galadriel's head?
I'm really hesitant, but whether or not it's the enemy or not, he needs help, and I'm going to help him. Because maybe he won't turn on us and can help us guide through this tunnel.
You cast Cure Wounds. I think here's what happens. His eyes definitely do not come back. You Sharpshooter.
Why that was on?
You also stab him at the same time. No. You heal like just his arm basically. But so here's the thing. He didn't even like raise his hand up. He's just like, I could if I would, but I can't really feel anything right now. And so you sort of bend down and you like raise. You touch his hand and it's just gross. I mean, it's decomposed flesh. And like some of it comes off. And you heal that arm. And he's just like, oh, thank you, whoever. It's been so long since I felt anything.
How long have you been down here?
I don't know. And he gags, and you guys see something crawl out of his mouth.
I'm gonna squish it.
While it's still in his mouth?
No, I just like grab it.
Okay, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Okay, it's disgusting.
Whoops.
So it's not a praying. I can show you the token at least, but it's not like the closest thing it looks like is like a praying mantis, but it's if you didn't look closely at it, it looks as if it would be like almost a leaf, but it's this really, really small insect. You know, maybe 3 of them could fit in your hand. It's green with these sort of like red eyes, and it has this large... Is thorax the word? It has a large leaf-looking butt. And it sort of just like climbs out of its mouth, and will you grab it and you squeeze it and crush it in your hands, and as just like it just splurts and green insect guts sort of just go everywhere.
So I'm gonna turn to Ganondorf and Wheelie and say, you guys, should we just like put him out of his misery? Like, he's got bugs infested inside of him.
Actually, now with his mouth open, you can see that there's like a larva just swarming and wiggling around in there.
What do you guys think? I thought maybe we could heal him, but I don't think that's gonna be something we can do.
Probably I can probably I was gonna think about where is the insects like approximately located in his body?
Roll medicine. Everywhere. Not in that arm that Galadriel healed, I guess. But like they're in his head, so his prognosis is not very good. But in response to your earlier question, because you asked him how long he's been down here, I came down here with Prince Zuko. I don't know how long it's been. Some months already. I remember losing a lot of people. I lost a lot of people I cared about, and we were attacked by a swarm of insects in the 4th layer, and it's shameful, but I defected. I don't know if execution would have been a worse fate, because here I am, rotting where nobody can find me. I haven't had anything to eat and drink for weeks, but I'm still alive. I just want it to end.
We could
Go ahead.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Jarius, go ahead.
No, Eternal can go first.
Okay.
So polite.
Can I roll medicine to see if I can tell if he's able to be healed?
You can if you can if you want. With Wheely's check, he is. It's not look. Well, go ahead and roll medicine.
Would I tell if he could be healed?
There's a cure. If you amputated his head, that would be pretty cool. Wheelie, could he be? Honestly speaking, though, with your 19, at this point, like the larva has probably started making its way towards his brain. So, like, even if you did cure him, he'd basically just be a dead man inside, unless you got treatment like right now.
If I like shock the insides of his body, would he still survive?
I want you to think about that question.
That's a
real hard.
Better approach than what I had. I was gonna see if I can use control flames and like burn the bugs out of his body, but I think shocking's better than
If
trying
you
to kill
shock
him
him, it
With
could
the with a medicine check of 19, no.
I'm just saying, if we heal him enough and then shock him from the inside, he should survive. Would that work?
Theoretically,
Can I use my thread of faith and try to rewind him back to where he wasn't infested?
that you absolutely can with that. What ability check do you think that would be?
I thought it has illicit.
Religion.
Nature,
I mean, it's your weapon, so I'm kind of leaving it up to you, as long as you can make a reasonable argument. I think the original was by DM's discretion, anyways, but
Nature?
You think nature?
as long as you can put forward a reasonable argument, you know. I mean, I can totally see nature working if that's what you want to roll.
Okay, I think I'm gonna roll nature and see if I can tell how old the larva is, and try to rewind time back to that before that point where
Go ahead.
Infested.
Go ahead and roll nature.
Oh,
That is unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, you don't hurt him, but nothing really happens.
Just like, can't you do it again?
No,
Play drum again.
I mean, on that one must mean that she missed, so technically she didn't hit him.
No, that's not how the thread of fate works.
No, I don't even think I drew it, did I? Because I couldn't decide what time we should go back, like how far we should go back.
With the nature of 5, you shot the arrow. It just didn't do
okay.
anything. Yeah.
So I guess. What's your name, buddy?
I think it was Liam. I haven't had to say my name for a long time.
Liam. Do you want to try and survive and get out of here? Or do you want us to put you out of your misery? You can make that choice.
You are a kind and merciful soul. But I don't think there's any hope for me.
How much healing do you need so that I can shock the insects inside your body?
I don't think with a medicine check of 19. Well, how much damage would shocking a person do? I think you got to figure that out, and then there's your answer.
Well, it's shocking grass, right? So it's just 1d8.
With whatever medicine check you made, 1d8 is not going to be enough to get these maggots out of his body. There are a lot.
Guess he can choose his own fate then. Right?
He gave you his answer.
So
Yeah.
I guess I'll pull out the great axe and plop him on top of one of these boxes and give him a clean chop and cut his head off.
Okay.
Damn.
I mean, it's not even like hard. You just sort of raise him up, and he doesn't feel anything. He doesn't protest. And you just bring it down. His flesh and bone are very soft. It's less of a cut and more of a mush.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that, like, you go to a better. I hope you go to a better place.
He says like thank you, and then Eternal kills him. In the middle of that, and on the bright side, he couldn't feel anything, so I guess you can take solace in that. But you are left wondering, like, what is this creature? You cut off the head, and I think larvae spill out and just sort of wreathe on the ground.
I fucking burn it.
You burn the body? Okay. You light it ablaze, and they just sort of like do their little death wriggle before crumbling into ash.
So, guys, where do we go from here?
Just repress that memory already.
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
fucking bury that shit deep down and move on.
They terrorized my hometown, so my tribe.
You do find some explosives in the crate, by the way. Like 2 sticks of dynamite.
Take him with us. We explore like this back part of this cave system.
Yeah, totally. I mean, as you so this is a dead end, but you look around, there's one ore vein, with some crystals jutting out, and conveniently a pickaxe next to it, because I don't think you guys brought one with you, but
we got
okay.
I was
Well,
carrying a flinty sized one, and
that's true.
in the beginning.
There's not very much. There's like 2 crystals. But it looks like the star metal you were looking for. Kaz has asked for a lot more, but if anything, this is encouragement to say that, like, hey, at least there's some down here. Like, we're not just on a wild goose chase. So it's enough to give you some positive reinforcement. And it's sort of this, like, deep blue abyssal color. It sort of swirls. The light inside of it sort of swirls as you look at it. Very, very, very pretty.
You said this is basically unrefined star ore.
Star metal, I guess. I don't star ore, sure.
Well, is it star metal or star ore?
It's star metal. It's star metal.
Okay, so it's exactly what Kaz needs. We don't have to like refine it.
I'm gonna mine it.
Well, yes, you don't. She just needs the materials, but she needs a good amount of it. Yeah, you guys mine whatever's bits. Honestly, after Ganondorf's first hit, that was really like all there was to it. So, but at least you can show the rest of the party that, like, hey, we found some.
And his body's like completely gone, right?
Yeah, it's as burnt as it can be. I think anything that would be left would be just I mean, I don't think bodies burn that quickly, so it's just kind of there.
Is it worth? Okay, so there's enough there that it could be buried. Right?
If that's something you wanted to do, yes, but you're not really in buriable ground at the moment.
Is there enough to put like rocks over the body?
Yeah, no, you could do that.
Okay, I'd do that then, so it's covered up at least.
Okay. And one thing was revealed when sort of his clothes and flesh was burned away. And you sort of, I don't know who was watching the body, but maybe let's say Galadriel. But as one of his pouches sort of just burned, something rolled out of it. It is this. It is a clear sphere, and inside is sort of like a star, like think like Star of David. And there's like, bunch of it looks like a compass, but if it was 3D. But interestingly, with your ranger knowledge, it doesn't point towards north. It points down and off at an angle. And you sort of try and... What's the word? I don't know what the word is, where you try and figure out where you are based on previous information. Triangulate. There we go. That's the word. It seems to be pointing towards the bottom of the abyss. But it's a nice little tool in case you ever get lost on a layer. And as you sort of jiggle it around, it seems to always point towards the bottom. It's a cool little trinket for you. It's called the Star Compass. Yeah, but it's basically it's a compass that always points towards the bottom of the abyss.
Nice.
I guess then, if there's nothing else we can do back here, I'd like to go back towards the other.
Yes.
Mhm.
Since we found some dynamite, we should go try to get back through or to the blockade.
It had
Yeah.
like a fuse on it? Or is it just like
Um,
a stick?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how dynamite works, but whatever, it has what you would need for it to do its thing.
Okay, so there's a
Yes, there's a fuse. Yeah, there's a fuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
Even if you find fuse wiring in any case, but
okay, how powerful are these? Would we only need one to blast through this?
I think it's sort of up to you to figure out, huh?
Well, the rocks. You said they're like not loosely, but they're just a pile of rocks blocking this, correct?
It's kind of looked like the cave fell in on itself in this area, yeah.
So, as a
I'm gonna push it.
barbarian, I should be able to move these things, right? Just pick them up, put them down, move them
You
around.
can try. You can totally try.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21 totally. Wheelie, you start off, you were pretty ambitious, and you walk up with your chest puffed, like very confident, and you just go for the biggest rock, and you just like pull up, and it does not come up, and you feel kind of silly, and you very sheepishly start moving some of the smaller ones as Ganondorf just sort of walks by you. It's like, what were you doing? And you just sort of, let's say you like push the biggest one over. Well, actually, since you rolled 21, how do you clear out this cave-in?
Well, I don't know what's behind there, so I'd like to just kind of clear an opening so that we can see into there
That works.
before completely opening the whole path.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and do that.
Some 3/4 cover or something like that.
Sure.
Shit.
So
Fireball.
you uncover some, you uncover some, like, just enough to see. And beyond are these huge, weird, webbed insects. They have 4 appendages. Imagine if flying squirrels had insect heads. That's basically what these look like.
Flying squirrel.
Imagine if flying, you know how like they have like the webbing in between their front forelegs and hind legs? Yeah, instead of legs, they've got insect claws, but they have webbing in between each of them. And they also have like this sort of weird bladed tail. I agree, they should chill.
So there's, I guess, how big of an opening is this? Like a 1 foot by 1 foot opening I made?
It's up to you. Yeah. They would not be able to fit through the opening you just made.
But Dynasty, Galadriel's arrows can, correct?
Yes, they totally can, and they definitely have noticed you.
Galadriel, looks like you're up.
This is gonna be interesting.
Shoot them until they get to the wall, and then back up.
We're gonna be put back into initiative order.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have a necklace of fireballs, so can I take one of the beads off and throw it in there? And it actually detonates as a 3rd level fireball, and I just want to roast them all.
Is there any information on like the saving throw or anything like that?
Yeah, the saving throw is a DC 15.
Okay, Ganondorf, can you cast Fireball? Because it's more of a hassle for me to actually do it. Let's make some dexterity checks. These things are quite, so DC 15. These things are quite dexterous. They have to beat a 15, which they all do, and so they're all gonna take 12 points of fire damage. But really, only one of them was like sort of paying attention, but now all of them are definitely paying attention towards the source of this bead, because you just sort of like slid a bead off and chucked it, and it cracks against the cavern floor, and you actually vaporize the water that's in this little area, filling the room with steam, which is going to affect their vision for a round, and your visions as well, I guess. But that's what you did. I guess technically it should have waited until it was your turn, but that was my fault for not establishing that. So that's you get a free turn. Next up is going to be one of these creatures, which are called Madoka Jacks. And it's just going to sort of just like, I mean, it's in Steam, but let's see. It can still see vaguely. It'll just have disadvantage against attacks. But what it's going to do is going to run up to this stone cave-in and just ram itself against it. Let's go ahead and make a strength check. I'm popping. I don't even have any filters on. Am I popping?
I don't hear it.
No.
Something.
No.
It is on my end.
Amazing. Incredible.
Oh, I hear it now.
Oh, but here.
It's like a crackling noise, like a static.
It's not on my end anymore.
It's not too
Why?
bad, I would say. So
I don't have any filters on right now.
I couldn't tell if it was like a latency thing causing it, or if it was your microphone.
Does this sound any different?
Yes.
I have no idea. Okay. Cool. Thanks. Instruments of technology. Anyways,
So great.
back to our scheduled programming. this Madoka Jack rams into this wall, and I'm gonna need Ganondorf and Wheelie to make dexterity saving throws as this wall collapses towards you guys. That's a weird bracket.
Can I use my ring of evasion so that I can make that succeed?
Yeah, you totally can.
Alright, so
okay.
it has 2 charges.
Okay. So it's just an automatic success.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Wheelie, you really quickly, like, fade backwards. Ganondorf, these walls are going to hit you for some bludgeoning damage. 9 bludgeoning damage as you're sort of pelted with rocks, and one of it lands sort of on your thigh and leaves a nasty bruise. And this way is now clear, and this Madoka Jack lets out a chittering, a very loud chittering sound. Alright, Galadriel, it is your turn, which, if you weren't here for this discussion, but for Hunter's Mark, in a nutshell, it's free for an hour once you cast it, because as long as you maintain concentration during that hour, you can just cast it without expending a spell slot.
Nice.
So I will say, like, the one you cast back at the forward operating camp is still active for like another 15 minutes, so you can totally just pass it on to these creatures if you want.
Okay, I'll pass it on to the creature that's the closest to the cave-in.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Right, and then I'm going to shoot it with my oath bow.
Pew pew. What happened to your sharpshooter?
Oh, I turned it off. Gosh darn it.
Oh. I mean, you definitely have sharpshooter active, which is I think 11, right?
10.
10?
Plus 1.
Okay. The ones from the Ring of the Giant Slayer, which also works in this scenario. Okay, let's see. So basically, I just have to add 20. So that's going to be 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 6 is 16. So that's 26 damage, right? Unless I'm... Yeah, 26 damage. Okay. Your arrows crack into the carapace of this large insect. Oh, and plus 6 from the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Yoshi is going to charge at it.
Of course. That hits.
Oh, wham.
That's perfectly fine. While these rocks were falling down onto Ganondorf, Yoshi bursts through in a very cinematic shot and just headbutts right into the head of this creature and breaks off one of its fangs. That's going to be 17, 18, plus 6, 24. You can't see yourselves on the turn order. That's unfortunate. No. But you are in 2 turns. Wheelie is next. So, Wheelie, it is your turn.
Okay, so I guess... Is there a way for me to slide... Hold on. Where is Yoshi? Okay. Is there a way for me to slide underneath? Yes. Just okay, so I'm going to move 15 feet. I'm going to stab it.
Okay.
There's advantage since I'm flanking.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm debating on whether or not I should use the arrow hand.
Well, you gotta choose soon because I'm about to announce the results of this roll. I kind of wish they summed it up for me because this is just a hassle. So 37. Okay, you run, and as this creature's head rears back from Yoshi's blow, you slide underneath and jam the dagger through its underbelly and just drag a line across as you slide under the Madoka Jack. So that's 37, and then minus 9, and then minus 7. Okay, and when you're done, you end in a forward roll as you bring your dagger through it completely. And it's... I don't actually know what the insides of insects look like, to be honest. but its guts just fall out and it dies.
Okay, I'm gonna move 15 feet here while sneaking.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Ganondorf, it is your turn.
Alrighty, can I get through around where Yoshi is?
Yes, because Wheeler could get through, so you absolutely can.
So 5. I'm gonna move over to this guy here.
Okay.
I'm going to rage and recklessly attack him with my sword of sharpness.
Absolutely. You run over the corpse of this Madoka Jack. Your weight just raking its exoskeleton every step. And you ram into this one with your sword of sharpness. Stab it in, draw a line across, and swing it back out. For a number that is 13 and then 18. Whoops, not 185. That's wrong. Okay.
So and that's my turn.
Okay. Okay. Next up is so this room that's been opened up, by the way. So there's also skeleton bones littered about. There was this stream, and from the south side, there's like a pool of water that's trickling in from somewhere. The stream has pretty much been completely evaporated because of that fireball from earlier. It is a pretty tall room. Unfortunately, tall enough to allow these guys room to fly. So the Madoka Jack in the far back is going to fly on over to you, Ganondorf, and its wings make a horrific beating sound. That's just unpleasant to hear. And it's going to sort of land behind you and make some attacks with advantage because you are recklessly attacking. And I believe all of those hit. So you're going to take 6, 4, 6. You're going to take 16 slashing damage as you are assaulted from behind by this creature. Next up is another Madoka Jack who's going to fly and stay flying above this hole in the center. And it's only going to do one attack as it is flying. So it's going to try and bite you with some advantage here for 4 piercing. And the one that you just attacked is going to retaliate with 3 attacks. And only the claw attacks hit, so that's going to be another 8 slashing. And that brings us back to Galadriel. Galadriel, you just saw these 3 beasts surround Ganondorf on all sides.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can. In order to cast any type of healing, I have to be close to him, right?
Yes, I think. Unless the healing has range, but I think your healing touch is specifically
Touches.
melee range. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see.
He'll be fine. He has healing potions. He's got resistance. He basically has like 48 health. He's fine.
Okay, so I have healing ward, and I have a 60-foot range.
Yeah, that would work. That's a bonus action too, right?
Yes, I believe so. Let me check.
Yeah. It is a bonus action.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's not concentration. So
Yeah, it's
okay.
not. So it works. Yeah. Go ahead and roll 1d4, and then what's your spellcasting ability modifier? I think it's wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
So roll 1d4 plus wisdom.
4.
Which actually, you can just make a wisdom check, because this... Or, no, you can't. Ignore that. So, 4... Okay. You extend your hand as, like, a sort of, like, mystical vine extends and shoots towards Ganondorf. and like a little sort of bud of nature lands on you. You heal for 4. Yeah, I was wrong about the wisdom check. That's just completely wrong. But it's just
the
4
+2
health.
modifier.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But you can go ahead and make your attacks now if you want.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to have Hunter's Mark on.
You can't do Hunter's Mark because that's a bonus action. You already used your bonus
Oh,
action
that's
for
right.
Healing Word. Wheelie, you're next, by the way. After this.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit this one with my bow.
Mm-hmm. And if Yoshi's going to attack, why don't you go ahead and roll for Yoshi as well? Ooh, that's a critical fail. Yeah. So first one's going to be 18 damage as you attack the back of this creature. Okay. That unfortunately is not going to hit. And when you shot this arrow, the creature actually turns around and is prepared for Yoshi's charge, and it sort of pushes up against Yoshi. Okay, it is now facing your direction.
Did my second attack hit?
No, well, I guess your first attack didn't hit. Which, by the way, yeah, reduce your arrow max by 1.
Yes.
Okay. And unless you want to move, that's the end of your turn.
No, I'm good. I'm stay right here.
Okay. Wheelie.
Can you remind
One
me
of these
which one?
creatures just turned to face Galadriel.
Can you remind me which one attacked Ganon? Can you remind me which one Ganondorf attacked?
The bottommost one.
Okay, I'm gonna move 30 feet. I'm still stealth, so I'm gonna attack it.
Yes. That hits for 27 damage.
How does it look?
It looks less than half okay. Wheelie has some pretty incredible on-the-fly fractional calculations of how much health an enemy has. But it turns around to face you now.
Okay, then I'm gonna stealth back by, wait, is there any water?
Not sort of from your end. It's on, like, you have to walk all the way around.
You know what, I'm just gonna stealth back into those fog or something.
Okay. Yeah, the steam is, like, still there. Okay.
How much did I move? That was 30 feet, so I moved 10 feet. That's the end of my turn.
Sure. Ganondorf, it's your turn. There's really only one of them facing you right now. It's the one over the hole.
Yeah. Using a potion is an action, correct?
Yes.
I can still do a bonus action if I do drink a potion.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Then I'm going to drink one of my big super awesome potions. Potion of Supreme
Okay.
Healing.
Oh, I remember you buying that. Yeah. What are you rolling? I hope you wrote that down.
10d4 plus 20.
All right.
There's 5.
Okay. Sorry, Discord froze for a second. I got scared.
What is that? 26 plus 20, so 46.
Yes. Wow. It's no wonder those things cost so much. That's a meaty heal.
Yeah, it took me back all the way up to full. And then I would like to cast Hex on this one.
You're enraged, right?
Wait.
It's
Oh,
less the
wait.
concentration thing and more the other thing that we discussed.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
That's so stupid.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Dude. 11 flips. I don't have advantage on that.
That's fine. With an 11... Dude, that's a low roll, but you're a lucky man.
Alright, sweet, cool. Carry on.
Alright, you're fine. Yeah, carry on. Which one are you casting Hex on?
This one here.
Okay. One day.
Today.
Okay.
And
Does that do damage when it's cast?
I'll link it. I don't believe so. It's only if I've attacked that target.
Gotcha.
Which I have attacked that target though, right?
They also have disadvantage on ability checks made with a chosen ability. So which ability do you want to give disadvantage on?
Dex.
Dex. Okay. Sounds good.
So does this do since whenever I hit it with an attack? So I didn't hit it this turn, but
Yes.
I have hit it Okay, I see how it works. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
so-
it's like a hunter's mark basically.
Right. Yeah, it's just
Um,
it's got disadvantage on dex checks now.
All right. I will remind me if I don't do that. I'll try and keep track. Okay. Next up is the Madoka Jack facing you, Galadriel. It's currently grappling with Yoshi, I guess, but I think it's just gonna toss him aside and dive straight for you. And it sort of like transitions smoothly from a quick glide into a skitter. As it
Attack of opportunity?
yes, if you want, go for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Yoshi too.
Yeah, Yoshi can make one as well.
Is that advantage or no?
No, not for attacks of opportunity, I think. Those are just, like, whatever. That's a large attack of opportunity, though. Yoshi's does not hit, unfortunately. And Yoshi just barely misses it as it sort of, like, swoops upwards out of reach before sliding down. And it stops in front of you with a screech and just basically rams into you, Galadriel. Oops, not advantage.
Ouch.
So 16 hits. The 7 is not. The 24. Okay, so you're going to take 11 piercing and 9 slashing.
16.
My
doesn't hit.
AC is 18.
Oh, your AC is 18? Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Why are you so tanky? What the heck? Okay, you take the 9 slashing.
Okay.
Just got a half plate on.
Man, that's true. She does have half plate on.
I mean, I have an AC of 19, so...
Next up is the Madoka Jack that's over the cave, or over the hole, and it's going to land and, I guess, continue attacking you, Ganondorf, since that's the one it hit before. And you did not recklessly attack, so this is just normal, and I don't think any of those hit. Nope. You managed to parry all of these incoming blows with your blades rather dexterously. Finally, the last one is going to attempt to look for its target that just got away. It's not very wise, and I don't think it can beat your stealth check because you roll like a 30. So with an 11, it's just going to fly into the air and just like do like a 360 sweep. Trying to look for you, basically. And with that, that brings us back to Galadriel.
You said it's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as my bonus action, I am going to conjure the hawk spirit and conjure. Talking about. And let's see. There we go.
All right. So where are you casting it?
Let's see, 5, 10. So I'm gonna cast it.
30-foot radius. Actually, it doesn't even matter what you cast it. That's gonna hit all of you.
Yeah,
What the
that's-
heck? That's
Probably
a
right
huge
there.
radius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that's a huge. That's big. That's like this big. Something like that. It's big. Yeah. All right. Well, as long as none of you leave that area, you're gonna be fine.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's slightly too big by like 2, but so it's just yeah. I mean it works. Yeah. Okay. Yeesh, that's big. Okay.
And then I'm
So
going to attack the guy that's in front of me.
Okay.
With my oath bow, so I get advantage, right?
That's if yes, it will. You have to use your reaction to grant
Oh, that's
advantage to the. So it's someone else gets advantage.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Oath bow. Ugh.
Yeah, that first one's not gonna do it.
Come on. Nope.
That second one does. For 15 points of damage.
And then Yoshi is going to turn around and charge at that one from behind.
Yeah. Do you want to give Yoshi advantage? Remember, you only get one reaction, so choose wisely.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to Yoshi.
All right, give him advantage.
How do I give him advantage? Just roll twice?
It should also have toggles at the top, right above Beasts of the Land. It says advantage, normal disadvantage. Okay. Yeah. That is unfortunate, as that is not going to do it. Yoshi attempts to get through, but this Madoka Jack, the tail, it's sort of blade-like tail is moving back and forth quickly, preventing any reasonable progress. All right.
It's the end of both of our turns.
Yes. Do you want to move?
Yeah, I think I'm going to move. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You didn't travel past it? You got back you.
It's up to Galadriel. Hey, what did we say about metagaming?
Not my fault. Her mic's open.
How far away do you move when they can do an opportunity attack?
Basically out of their melee
Anywhere?
range. If you move out of their melee range, they can make an attack of opportunity.
Okay, then I think I'm just gonna stay here, and Yoshi's gonna stay here too.
Okay. Wheelie. You just saw one of the Madoka Jacks dive towards Galadriel, and you heard some fighting and cries of pain in that area. What do you do?
How high is this one?
Maybe like 20 feet. If you jumped really hard, you might be able to get there.
No, I'm gonna attack this one.
Okay.
Alright, how many feet? I'll be walking over the holes, so I'm gonna do 20. And then that'll be 30 feet total. I'm gonna stab it.
Okay. Yeah. 32 damage? Yes. As you appear from behind this Madoka Jack, and you cut off one of the spines of its tail, which rise into this hole in the ground and falls very, very far.
Did he
Okay,
kill
are you doing
it?
it?
Do I attack?
No, he didn't kill it. He just cut off a bit of its tail.
Okay.
I'm debating on whether or not I should attack it again.
Well, debate quickly.
No, I'm just gonna stealth.
Okay.
Move 10 feet here.
You know, now that I think about it, why would they give you a disengage bonus action if you could just stealth first? I guess disengage is guaranteed, stealth is not, but like still, that's...
Especially if you're...
Yeah.
Especially if you're a swashbuckler. So,
Seems
like...
objectively worse to ever disengage because you have such a low chance of stealth failing. Okay, well anyways, that works. Ganondorf, it is your turn. You just saw the tail of this creature go falling into the abyss below you. What do you do?
I'm going to transfer Hex from the one that's currently marked to
I
the...
believe it has to be dead. Unless you want to recast it. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action of yours to curse a new creature. You can totally recast it if you want. It'll just cost a spell slot.
Is it going to cost me another check?
Yeah.
No. No. No, I don't want to do that. No, fuck that. I can stay over there then. No.
Alright.
I'm
I mean, if you want, you
directly-
can try and, like, jump up and, like, get it.
No, because I'm still in melee range of this guy here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to recklessly attack this guy.
Wow, what a coward.
Yeah. No doubt.
Go ahead and roll both attacks. Absolutely hits. 18, 13, 31 damage. You actually... it raises one of its, like, front claws to swipe at you, but you just cleave through it entirely as you cut it off. And it shrieks backwards in agony. Do you... Yeah.
That's... I do... bonus action. Is there anything I can do with, like, a bonus action to, like, try and restrain him or hold him? Would that be considered an action?
I can let you do it as a reaction if it tries to get away, I think. I want to be a little more flexible with reactions. Like, I won't let you do straight up attacks, but, like, if you want to, like, stop a creature that runs by you or grab onto it, I can let you do that.
Okay.
We'll
go with that then.
like, simple reactions. Ones that would, like, you would naturally do in the flow of battle.
Okay. Then, yeah, that'll be end of my turn for now then.
Okay. Next up is the one that's attacking Galadriel. It's just going to continue doing the same thing. She going to get some Z's? I know it's around that time for her to go to sleep.
No, just Nicole fell asleep on her, so she's taking her to bed.
That's cute.
Oh.
What's less cute is that she is going to get hit for 15 and then 6.
Okay, so 21.
Yes, that's far less cute than her child falling asleep, I think. And it hurts. It doesn't feel good. Next up is the one that you attacked, Ganondorf, and it's just going to keep attacking you. Actually... it's going to fly and try and grab you. Go ahead and make a strength or dexterity check.
Oh, that's easy.
It rolled an 8, so it didn't do too good. And it actually, like, as its two opposite sides, like, sort of bear down on you, you just, like, pry it apart with your fists. But it is now flying sort of over the hole again. Okay. Next up is the cursed one, who couldn't find its target and is just going to fly back to you and attack you. With advantage. So it's going to be 6 and then 7. As you feel some new holes being made in your left arm as you're grappling this other Madaka Jack.
Okay. My left arm, you said? Okay.
Yeah. And that brings us back to Galadriel.
So for my bonus action, I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on it.
Mm-hmm. So you can transfer Hunter's Mark in this case because it's still active.
Okay. Just transfer it, and then shoot him with my oath bow.
All right. That's going to be a hit. Go ahead and roll your second attack. Thank you. And Hunter's Mark as well. That is a hit. And go ahead and roll Yoshi's attack if Yoshi's attacking as well.
Okay. Yes, he is. And then...
Okay, I need to do some math. So that's going to be 3 hits. So Hunter's Mark adds 3 to that. 19 plus 16 is 35 plus 18 is 53 plus 3 is 56. What the heck? What is this damage output? I say this every time as if I'm surprised, but like that's disgusting. Okay,
He's a damage dealer.
She's not even
56
using the-
damage.
Not even using the bonus from her bow.
Yeah, 56 damage. You like quickly retreat. You like take 2 quick hop steps back just to like get enough distance to actually fully draw this bow. And your shots like pierce an eye and just sever it. You see it go twirling, hitting the ground. And as it recoils backwards, your second one pierces its torso, and Yoshi from behind in its fiery maw just like chomps down on the hind leg and rips it apart and sears the wound. Actually, it doesn't have flesh, so I guess it doesn't sear the wound close. It just burns it. But this thing, like, just sort of reactionary, goes onto its legs and gives out a death knell before coming down and dying. Okay. Do you want to move?
I think I'll come up to the entrance of the cave.
Okay.
By Yoshi.
Sounds good.
That's
Wheelie, it is your turn.
Which one's flying again?
The one over the hole.
And I'll be 20 feet up.
Yeah, about.
How much would I move if I... Okay, so that's 15 feet, and then that's an additional 10 feet. I'm going to attack the one that Ganondorf hexed it, so that would be, 15, 25 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 23 total damage. Yeah, you just sort of like stab down into its back, and it just sort of does. You're hitting it hard. It hurts. Ouch. I don't like it. That's what it would be saying if it could speak common, but it can't. It just screams.
Does it look closer to dead?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna make a second attack with a rapier.
Okay. Can you offhand a rapier?
Can I offhand a rapier?
Also, do you have 2-weapon fighting? Because I think if you don't, you have to subtract proficiency from the attack, which is fine. You can still do it, but you just don't get the proficiency bonus.
So no +9?
Well, you still get the plus dex, you just don't get your proficiency, which I think is, what, +4?
Oh, I see.
Right?
I'm assuming it was like, I could use my bonus action to take out a second melee weapon and then attack it.
You can. I don't think you have 2-weapon fighting, so you don't get the proficiency bonus to the second attack, which
No,
I didn't
I
actually
don't.
realize until now. You know what? For now, since I don't know for sure, I'll let you have this. Okay, so you're going to do 9 piercing. I will check that at some point.
Sure.
But you bring out your rapier and you sort of like... You do the pokey pokes. That's what you do. That's your life. Ganondorf, it is your turn. The Madoka Jack that Wheelie is attacking looks really bad.
This one that's marked?
Yes, the one that's hexed.
Perfect. I'm going to recklessly attack it with a Sword of Sharpness.
Go ahead and roll the hex damage, which is 1d6. Okay. Yeah, so your Sword of Sharpness, a sort of like black membrane covers it that seems to almost give off like flame effects, but it doesn't give off any heat. And you just drive it into the head of this Madoka Jack. And this weird black flame consumes it entirely and disintegrates the insect. It doesn't even leave behind any ash.
Nice. Then can I fly up to where this guy is?
Absolutely.
use
You
my
can also
second attack?
You can also use your bonus action to transfer your hex.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well.
All right.
So
Never say your DM doesn't look out for his players.
That's right. So yeah, continuing my reckless attack, I'm gonna hit him with my Sword of Sharpness. And my hex.
Yeah, 15 is just going to do it. You do like you sort of raise your sharpness out. Well, I guess it disintegrates, but you just sort of swing back around as you fly through this creature, and draw a line through its abdomen. For 15 plus 8, 23 total damage. Okay. Next up is your opponent, who is, I think, just going to retaliate with a single claw attack, because it is flying. And that is going to be 8 slashing damage. If an insect could look scared, it looks scared.
Hit me for 8.
Yes, it hit you for 8, which goes down to 4.
Gotcha.
Galadriel.
I'm going to put the hunter's mark on this one
Of course.
and hit it with my oath bow. Oh, that was crappy.
Roll all your attacks, and we'll see what happens. That one with a 15 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll your hunter's mark. You let loose a shot that shreds the wings of this Madoka Jack, and you hear it careen into this pit for a long, long while, and then you don't hear it make noise anymore.
Nice.
And that is going to be the end of combat. All right. I think that one deserves a little, yeah. All right. Dynasty, if you have to go, don't feel pressure to stay. Obviously, there's still some stuff left to do because you got to find those meat monsters. Yeah.
I can hang on for, I'll let you guys know when I need to go to sleep.
Okay. So with all that is left said and done, there's like 3 corpses. Well, there's only 2 corpses, sorry. Two insect corpses in this area. The stream of water has started to reestablish itself. There's sort of a small groove where the erosion just carved away a small pathway that leads into like a small little inlet on the north side of this area. As you're wandering out, you notice some things. So there's another seemingly blocked passageway up here. There is a main passageway that proceeds north, sort of on the far west side. Other than that, I mean, you can see there's some other things to look at. Yeah, there's a strange, like, what's the word here? Vegetated area? There's a dead person. That's true. That exists. I was thinking that the strange vegetation, just like in the middle of a cave, would be a little more weird, because that's weird.
Do they look
Oh, it
like,
is.
Do they look like the mushrooms that Aragon ate before?
No. And truth be told, I kind of forgot that even happened, but
Oh,
no.
ouch.
Can I make a nature check and see what it is?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to approach it, you totally can. So, as you get closer to this, like, small, yeah, dude, man, it's grass.
Can I kind of check out this blockade? Is it one big giant boulder? Is it
Yeah,
something
this
moving
one
in it?
is just like a large rock. It just doesn't look like it's connected to the walls, so you figure that it might be something on the other side, but this one has been there for like a long time.
Can I try to move this one as well?
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and make a strength check.
I think I'm just gonna take the long path and walk around it.
That's a save.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Ganondorf. But yeah, so just -4 with what is that? 17. 17 does not do it. It's very heavy. You really like push yourself against it, try to roll it away, but it seems like stuck against something.
We have that dynamite though, right?
You do have that dynamite. That's true.
All right.
Yeah, and Wheelie, just to give you like a better idea of this like small mini forest, so it's basically like it's got these cute ferns. There's a really sweet smell that comes from the center where there's like a bunch of like a small patch of flowers. And it's like, you know that plant that Venusaur has on its back? It's like there's like that thing in the middle of this patch. Yeah, I mean it's cool looking and it smells really, really sweet. It's almost
Yeah, I don't-
nauseatingly sweet.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
Okay.
Anything on this person?
Yes, there actually is something on this person. So this person is recently dead. Not like fresh corpse dead, but like not decomposed entirely dead. So it has like a little egg-shaped sort of like thing. It's an egg-shaped orb. If you like, think of like if you go to one of those like nature parks where they sell geodes in their little souvenir store. It's got like that cool like swirly color thing going on. It looks like that it can be twisted open.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay. You twist it open, and inside is a small geode that is light purple in color, and it's emitting a light, just like a purple light around you, and it's very pretty.
Okay, I'm gonna bury this person. It's like gravel or dirt or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Now I'm gonna go head back.
Okay. Walking around this green area, I would assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Ganondorf, Galadriel, what are y'all doing?
So I'm gonna walk over to the water. Is the water flowing very vigorously, or?
Not vigorously. It's moving at a moderate pace.
So is it? Can I walk through it? Or
Oh yeah. You could walk through it. It's not like a deep stream. It's just like a trickle, sort of.
Is this something that could be investigated?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some floating debris in the water. It's just sort of gently running up against some free stalagmites jutting up from the bottom. You don't find anything particularly interesting in this box. It's mostly just really, really old food.
Ugh.
Yeah. Doesn't smell the best. The water feels good, though. Okay, goodbye.
How deep is the water, you said?
You can wade in it. It's not very deep. Like maybe up to your mid-thigh.
Okay. I'm going to investigate. I'm gonna get out of the water and investigate the top left of the cave.
Sure. Okay.
Does this? Where does this go right here? Is this like going to a cave, or is there like a waterfall, or just?
There is a very shallow opening, and it seems to be just like a running stream that runs through to somewhere else. You're not quite sure where.
And I put on my Zora's mask and transform into a Zora and screw it.
You absolutely can.
It's awesome.
I will do that then.
Okay. I will say it's less of a swim and more of a you're just kind of if Ganondorf was claustrophobic, he would not be okay with this because it's pretty much like the width of your body, and with your broad shoulders, it's actually a little bit tight. But yeah, you swim through.
It changes my physiology into that of Zora, which is a smaller amphibious style creature.
I feel like you would still be slightly broad-shouldered. Just a little bit compared to the average Zora. Yeah, but it lands you in like this other cave system area. And you take a bit of look around, and it's actually like on the other side of that rock you were trying to move before. Wheelie, are you following Galadriel?
Oh, I guess sure.
Alright. Yeah. So you guys just sort of walk upwards along that path, and you stumble upon, this time, oops, that's not the button I wanted to do. You stumble upon, fresh corpses, like, recently killed. Well, make a medicine check.
Okay.
Wheelie, literally just like a couple of hours ago. They have pieces of their body missing. It's like they were almost gnawed off, kind of.
Oh my gosh, what happened to these people?
And can I have both of you make perception checks as well?
Yes.
Galadriel, that trail of slime, it's there again, and it leads straight up.
Can I speak into my Stone of Fire speech to Ganondorf and tell him that we found some fresh corpse and we got the trail again of the, I don't know, meat monster? And
Ganondorf, your response.
Wheelie are gonna follow it.
Are we in the same cave system? Can I hear her saying this twice, echoing through my head? In my ears and in my brain?
I guess you would hear her twice, yes.
Alright, I'll just talk through my stone and say, yeah, I can hear you guys. You guys must be close to me.
Okay, we'll meet up with you. But
let's kill this thing.
Going straight north is where the slime.
Oh, Wheelie just runs straight forward?
No, I just walk forward.
You walk forward, but still before anybody, okay, yeah. So here's what happens. I also want to say, because, you weren't necessarily whispering, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And while Galadriel was talking, you hear some, squishy footsteps, as two of these meat monsters just sort of round the corner and stare you down.
As soon as I see them, I want to take my mask off and back to myself.
Absolutely.
I'm also going to activate my gauntlets of Flaming Fury.
Yeah, that works. You look and you see that there is viscera dripping from their general abdomen area, and you'd actually see that they have these weird mouths that sort of are just these flaps that open outwards. And what looks like ribs they used as teeth to basically eat their prey.
I mean, like that.
No problem. That being said, they look very hungry. So, you know what time it is.
Alright, let's reroll initiative.
You want to reroll, or do you want to?
I'll reroll.
Okay. Somehow that came up as Yoshi. That's fine.
That's weird.
That's
It's
fine.
just
I'll just treat it as
Yoshi's
your
name.
turn. Yeah, I'll just treat it as your
Oh,
turn.
okay.
That's not a big deal at all. Alrighty.
So just to
Let's-
clarify,
Yes.
did Galadriel's
My spirit
Hunter's-
totem.
Hunter's Mark thing expire? Has it been a full
At this
hour
point, yes. At this point, it has been a full hour. Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
the totem still active for her?
I don't
I
think
don't know
so.
how it works.
Even if it was, you can't move it. So.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
have
right,
to
right, right.
redo it.
But hey, Ganondorf, your hex is still active.
Okay. My
um,
rage isn't because it's been more than a minute.
Right, because you need to be like attacking basically something every turn for that. Yes. So Wheelie, both of these creatures have their weird pseudo mouths open. If you've played Dark Souls, that gaping dragon in the sewers, it's kind of like that, pretty much. What do you do?
I'm gonna slide underneath it to stealth.
Okay, that seems... Yeah, no, that works, I see. Yeah, you slide underneath it, and, I mean, it's weird because it doesn't use sight, it uses hearing, but I guess... I don't really know how to explain this in canon, but you become very quiet.
Well, I mean, just, always attack him from behind. It usually works.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. Sure.
I'm gonna use this.
Let me get a calculator real quick.
Did that account for the Flaming Fury? Yeah, it did.
Okay, hold on. 16 plus 23 plus 9 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 is 61 damage. Doubled is a lot. Alright, you do 122 combined damage to this meat monster. Like, honestly,
That's amazing.
you, like, leap up, and with your dagger, you, like, go straight down in the middle of it, and you twist it as fire shoots forward from your gauntlet into the dagger and, like, throughout this creature's body. And
In my anger, I just, kill it for killing a bunch of people.
it doesn't die, but, and it shudders heavily, and it makes no sound, because it cannot. But it recoils in immense pain. And you just slide down its back and drag the dagger along its spine with it. Whew, baby.
Alright, how many feet did I move? That was 15. I'm gonna move 20 feet here, and that's the end of my turn.
Alright, I'm gonna make an attack of opportunity on you.
Which
I'm
one?
not okay with that. The one that you just attacked.
I
You
already...
can't. Never mind. I forgot your class is stupid. Okay. Galadriel, it's your turn.
I mean, technically, depending on this guy's melee range, if he's 10 feet, you could hit me.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so I'm going to summon my bear spirit, which
Can you
each
do that
creature-
again? Don't you? What's the cooldown for that ability?
Oh, that's a good question. Hold on.
I feel like it's once per long rest.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. Then I can't do that.
Okay.
So
Just making
for my
sure.
bonus action, I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on the one that's already damaged
Mm-hmm.
and strike it again with my bow.
Please do. It does not look like it'll take much to take this thing down after what Wheelie did to it. Yeah, go ahead and roll Yoshi's attack if he attacks as well.
He's within.
Yoshi
20
crit!
feet. So
He double crit!
Yoshi.
do I roll? Wait, charge attacks 1d6. Okay.
Yeah, you rolled 2d6 as well. That's doubled.
Okay.
That's a lot of crits. Okay. Okay. Your second Oathbow does not hit. So your first one does 16 plus 3 is 19. Let's start with that. Let's start with the 19.
Okay.
So you shoot 2 arrows. When Wheelie injected this thing with fire, you saw flame shoot out of its like severed neck. And you just shoot straight into that area, sinking it deep into the flesh of this creature. And then Yoshi runs up, just like a meteor crashing through the atmosphere, a blazing fireball, and he collides, dealing a total of 13 plus 8 is 21, plus 8 is 29, plus Hunter's Mark twice is 35 damage, and just busts through this creature in like an angry little fiery dinosaur, and he like just completely breaks it in half, weakened by Wheelie's flame, and you see its 2 pieces fall apart and land on the ground. Yoshi lands in the river, sort of shaking off the viscera, and lets out a little ferocious growl. Ganondorf, it is your turn. You just saw a very impressive display of violence from your 2 party members.
Yes, I did. That's awesome. I am going to go in rage and run up to...
Do you want to transfer your hex?
Yes, I do want to transfer my hex over.
Okay.
That goober, and I'm going to run up to him.
You guys, you hear Ganondorf say, "You goober."
Goober.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Roll both attacks and roll hex twice. Man, you guys hit hard, don't you? Like, you're not even really buffed that much. Yours is mostly vanilla. 13 plus 19 is 22. Oh, wait, no, 32, excuse me. 32 plus 9 is 40. Wow, 41 damage. Okay. It's more of just like a "you goober" in the most menacing voice possible, and you run up, and you like get in there deep in the side. Because it doesn't have many bones, the sword goes pretty cleanly through. And your second one rends it upwards, and you carve out like a birthday cake slice of its flesh, and it just sort of falls to the ground in a little gross steamy pile. Okay. Well, next up is the meat monster, who stumbles backwards a bit, and then lumbers towards you, Incredible Hulk style, and it bears down at you. For 23 bludgeoning damage, halved to 11, and it has like sort of just like hugging you with its 2 powerful front hands. Okay, Wheelie, it is your turn. You see Ganondorf is being given a very loving caress, except instead of love, it's pain.
I'm gonna move 35 feet. I guess it doesn't notice me, so I could stealth again.
I think... Yes, that's true. That's true. You stealth your way there with your cunning action.
And then I'm gonna attack it.
Okay.
See, my arrow hand is used, so I'll use the... Actually, that removes my Flaming Fury damage, so I'll just keep it.
Yeah, there's no reason you can't use the arrow hand. 11, unfortunately.
I was flanking it, so I have double advantage.
Yes, so it would be the 16, not the 29. I did not adjust your health.
What?
Sorry, I got a whisper from Eternal. So does a 16 hit is the question. 16 hits. So you're going to do 18 plus 10, 28 total damage.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Right. Galadriel, it is your turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna transfer Hunter's Mark over to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And get him with my oath bow. Dang it. Okay. Hunter's Mark and Yoshi is going to charge him as well.
Here comes a lot of damage.
He is 20 feet away. Oh, yes.
I refuse
And
to.
he crit.
That's 3 natural 20s in a row by Yoshi. I just wanted to point that out.
Mhm.
Let me get the calculator. Hold on.
Man, if only my 62 damage counted.
11 plus 7 plus 11 plus 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 9 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, Galadriel, you did 86 damage. I hope you're happy.
I am.
You freaking just obliterate this thing. Ganondorf, you're being held up in the air, and this thing is like just squeezing slowly, sort of like trying to crush your spine. Before you feel it rotate violently, as you see it is struck by 2 arrows in its right shoulder. And with that, its like right arm swings open, letting you fall to the ground below it. And you feel something leap onto your back, and you look up and see Yoshi just like X-slice through this creature with burning claws. And it falls backwards with a large cauterized wound, and it does not get up. Rolling
Nice.
the good rolls
Woo!
when it counts. Nice
Yeah,
job,
those dice are-
everyone.
those are
Dang.
fucking good tonight.
They're in your favor tonight. Yeah. With that, wow, that ends abruptly, doesn't it? I thought I had it fade out. But with that, you look around and there's a couple of like small trinkets that you recall Odin said that they seem to have taken some stuff on their way out. You don't really know why. But there's a couple of sort of interesting little giblets and gadgets. There's this other egg-looking thing, which looks more like an egg, but instead of it being like this weird geode that Wheelie found, it's just sort of a solid, deep blue stone. And you can hear like faint phrases coming out of it. And actually, you're sort of talking to each other, right? And it's repeating like the phrases you're saying after about a minute. So that's cool. There's also another thing that kind of looks like a fossilized helix, but it's very squishy, very, very soft, very comfortable. You could imagine it could be used as a pillow. I have names for these things, by the way. So the first thing you find is this echoing egg, exactly what it sounds like. When a word is spoken with lips pressed against the egg, it repeats the word once, 1 minute later, with the same voice and volume. The second thing is called the Princess's Bosom. Oh, okay. But it's just like a squishy thing,
It's a
pretty
waifu
much.
Pillow.
Yeah, sure, if that's what you want it to be.
Yes.
The very last thing that you find, it's almost like a futuristic-looking Viking helmet. It's like a deep chrome color, and it's got these 2. They're not like bone horns; they're also metal horns. It seems like they were sort of not carved into it. They were hammered part of it. They're kind of small. The most notable thing about this helmet is that there is a large sort of like circular ring, and inside this ring is almost like an LED display of something. And it's got like weird looking symbols that sort of flashes on it. And when you don it, it just like, lights up and portrays this. So this thing is called the, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Yeah, I can post the descriptions of these things. This thing is called the Obeyed helmet. And so it's when the wearer uses a magical item that costs charges, roll a d20. If the result is a 20, then the item does not expend a charge. Additionally, the helmet displays a pattern on its circuit. That's just flavor. I may buff that because like a 5% chance to not use a charge. Well, I guess no. I think it's fair. So yeah.
I think I know I have something like that. Aragon does too.
Right.
Doesn't Isarya as well? Just the three of us that have something like that?
Maybe, but I mean, there's a lot of magic items you could buy that have charges, so
True.
could potentially be applicable for other things. Yeah. So I just wanted to give something at least a little cool that's not like super powerful because this was like a side quest. I will post those descriptions in the chat. There was a thing that was supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen. There was a thing that may have happened with the vegetation thing. But I'll just say, as you guys leave and pass by this like pretty little area again, you notice the flower in the center now is open. And it's pretty wide. It's like a 15-foot wide hole. And you smell like burning and acid. And maybe one of you is a little curious and you sort of like just peek over a little bit, and there's just like, it looks like the stomach of something. So probably a good thing you didn't walk into the foliage.
Yeah.
Let's fucking set it on fire.
You can throw those sticks of dynamite in there. Blow it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna light it.
Okay.
Yeah, just light it up.
The bodies that are still laying there, search them.
Well, there's not. Yeah, there's not really people. There's mostly like animal bodies. Okay, you toss a stick of dynamite in there and you pop this thing. You hear a groan from some creature, and you see this acid like just spill out as you just like blow apart this sack. There's nothing interesting in there. There's like half digested pieces of meat and stuff and a lot of stomach acid. It doesn't smell very good.
Let's
Okay, well.
It smells so bad. You guys just blew it up in here.
Yeah, you guys just killed an innocent creature. It was just
innocent creature.
Business.
Innocent creature. It killed that. It killed animals and it probably also killed humans or whatever.
Okay, if a bear kills a person, do we kill the bear?
Yeah.
I guess in a zoo. We literally just killed a thing that killed isn't that only if they're in residential areas? If somebody walks into the forest and gets mauled by something,
I don't care. I mean,
I feel like it's different, right?
We're powerful enough to kill people that kills people. So, like, I'm gonna take the corpses back with them to make sure they're buried properly.
Like the corpses you saw. Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. By the time you guys exit this little cave, it's like late afternoon. The sun's already setting. You've been in there for a long time. Oh, sorry, all these people are here. Just ignore them. Yeah, and you guys sort of head back down to the seeker camp, occasionally throwing up along the way because you are descending some stairs. And report back to Ozin. She just sort of smirks a little bit. You don't really get a reward associated for anything. That's not how she operates. But
we got to keep the stuff that was taken from her.
That's true. Yes, you do get to keep all that stuff.
That's a reward.
I want to take a long rest now.
Back to sleep.
Yeah. And then I won't have you guys stagger the sleep. But that was my little one shot. Hope you guys had fun.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Gave us a little bit of fill of D&D to last until next week.
Absolutely. Get some rest. And I guess I wouldn't say good luck to you, Galadriel, but good luck to your sons.
Yes, my son. Yeah. Our son.
For the bowling stuff?
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you. I'll let him know.
Why can't I hear anybody right now?
That's a good question.
Hold on, I can fix this.
Can you hear me?
Hold up.
You hear me?
Somehow I muted.
Hear me now.
Somehow I muted it. That's kind of weird. Okay, and I
But
think we're
thank
back.
you. I'll let him know.
Okay,
You wished
sorry.
him luck.
I got that part. I was muted for a bit of it, but I got that.
Okay. All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you, Jozy. I appreciate your
thank
time,
you.
and
Get some
Thank
good
you.
rest.
you guys
and
have a
we'll-
good week.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
Yep. See you
All
guys
right.
next week.
Bye.
Good night.